As a licensed hairstylist, my hair could probably not look any worse than it does now. As a creative, my hair could not look more exciting and challenging than it does right now. I'm going to be using the very basic knowledge of color theory and the color wheel to very effectively, easily, and quickly color correct all of the banding, blues, greens, and everything else that is happening on my hair right now to create a very, very even, neutral base ready for my next hair color. Let's get it! First step to effective color correction is understanding what we are working with. Consultation level. Any reputable hairstylist at any good hair salon is most likely going to sit you down and consult with you prior to doing anything to your hair, especially if you're new to them. If you're doing an at-home transformation, you should do the absolute same thing with yourself, using a mirror, screen, something to visually assess your hair structure, color, length, damage, whatever it is you're trying to tackle. I can say that there's a lot going on here. Right now, I am an extremely visually good representation of why you shouldn't mix colors on your hair. I've said it a million times. I put it on my worst colors to wear list number of times because I always say different hair colors fade out at different rates and can look very weird. My previously vivid emerald roots are now turned into a pistachio-y mint color. On its own, not problematic. Paired with the nearby copper orange carrot color that is going on, not looking great. That copper transforms into a semi-blonde layer over here, also not bad if it would be on its own, which then finally descends into a really bizarre mix of greens, whites, blues, and deep red copper underneath. Essentially, I'm a hairstylist's worst nightmare. Now, don't get me wrong, color corrections can be extremely challenging because you have to tackle each section of the hair differently. This color of blue is different to this color of blue. The colors are uneven. I have color on some parts of my hair but not other, meaning it's going to be very, very, very tedious. But I'm actually nervous for this hair transformations because I'm actually really eager to put to test my color theory knowledge and understand just how colors can interact with each other. And so this color change, I'm not going to be using any bleach, any color remover, or even any permanent dye. I'm simply using my very old and in need of an update color wheel, the appropriate colors, a handy tool to apply the dye, and faith and trusting the process. All right, let's get down to it. Color, I'm literally looking for only one goal today, and that is an even color. I just need it to be flash. In this case, a permanent color might actually be better than a semi-permanent just because it would give a more long-lasting result. However, I'm not really keen on using any developers or peroxides on my hair at the moment. I'm really just keen to continue this semi-permanent thing that I've got going on. So I'm going to be using nothing but semi-permanent products. They're conditioner-based, they do not damage the hair, but they leave a beautiful pigment behind. The reason I'm also able to use semi-permanent is because my hair that I need correcting is actually fairly light. It's porous, meaning it can receive the semi-permanent pigment very well. It's not going to be patchy, it's not going to be dull. If your hair is duller or darker or not porous, let's say this isn't green, this is gray, you need to go in with a permanent color because you need to be able to penetrate the hair shaft. Gray is one of the most resilient hairs out there. That is why a lot of the times, even after you go in with permanent color, you can still be left with tiny white strands. It's extremely resilient. It's more of a yellow-green kind of, so it's kind of here. Now I need to find what color I want. I kind of want this color right here. I don't care. It doesn't look good. I just want even. That's kind of is here. Good. Now we've visually assessed the issue. What the hell do we do from here? This is kind of the color that I want. The color that I then need to put onto it is a richer, more orangey pigment. Color theory, this is how a color would move. If I were to just layer this existing orange onto my existing green base, there's a high likelihood that the color would end up somewhere in the middle, still leaving me with a bit of green residue or else leaving me too blonde. So in reality, I need to overcompensate this tiny bit. I need to overshoot a bit so that the color actually ends up being somewhere closer to what I'm looking for. Don't have your own color wheel. Don't worry, print one out. All you have to do is literally go to Google, look up color wheel, look up color theory wheel, something similar to this, print it out, start drawing. The more you have something to visualize, the easier it is going to be. However, one other thing we need to consider when we're color correcting is the porosity and the lightness of the hair. A color wheel will only get you this far. Now I know what color I need to use. What about depth of hair? In this case, I would say that my hair is a medium level blonde. If I were to turn this into black and white, my roots are probably just a shade lighter when it comes to color depth. That is because I had bleached my hair to get this. Most likely what that means is that if I don't factor that in, my color is going to be a tiny bit brighter and lighter than the hair next to it. So one of the things I'm going to be aiming to do today is also muddy up the color so that I form some form of a base. Let's mix. I think sunset orange looks pretty spot on. No, it's actually very close to what we need. Because I'm only touching up my roots today and not really the rest of the majority of my hair today, I'm going to be using one of my absolute favorite tools when it comes to hair dyeing, the Hummingbird. And the little device is a game changer, lifesaver for anyone touching up their roots at home. If you've done your roots at home, you know that it can be very challenging to get it properly, especially on the back of the head. That is something that even me, someone who's been dyeing their own hair for more than 10 years, still struggles with. But this thing pretty much changed the game. It could be used with any hair product as long as the consistency is that of a liquid cream or gel formula, something similar to or a bit lighter or thinner than yogurt. Because of the unique valve system that is actually patented for this device, and with this very cool 90-degree nose that it has right here, you're able to press out the product, spread it, and then use it to section your hair. I'm going to be linking this down below in case you're interested in buying it. You can also use my coupon code if you want a discount as well. Let's get into the mix now. Arctic Fox Sunset Orange. If you're in the US, you're going to be getting this sort of packaging. And if you're in Europe, you're going to be getting this sort of packaging. Both incredible formulas, just different packaging and reformulated for EU guidelines. I love the smell of Arctic Fox. Trying to be too bright. Okay. Ladies and gents, it's going to be a bit too bright. What happened to the lid? Oh, suffering from a stroke where I'm overworked and the lid is on there. Okay, well, you know what? That's fine. Might not be a smart move, but Transylvania from Arctic Fox, also known as Pitch Black. You're just hoping for the best. That looks better. This is the color that I'm going to be using, and we're going to see if we can fix that. It's so satisfying. I think that's going to match, or at least look a bit more even. I think it's going to look more even. Color theory. Adamant on getting rid of this hair color. This is such a cute look. The entire front half of my head is completely down, and I'm once again blown away by how absolutely clean this entire process is. Last time I managed to do it with 0 problems, so I'm hoping that the same can be said for today. Decided to come to my senses, and I think I'm gonna mix up a custom batch for my ends that is slightly lighter because this is gonna be way too bright. I'm just taking a conditioner, it just has to be white. I'm gonna do it and we'll see. For this I'm gonna be wearing gloves because I need to use my hands to spread the product. So the orange is definitely cancelling out the blues, but I do think the ends are going to be dark as a result. So here's how it looks before the dye. The dye applied everywhere that I needed to apply it. I'm now going to let this sit for as long as I want because I'm just giving myself a very quick little hair masking. Ooh, that looks a bit green to me. There, fixed. Literally just rinse it out. I'm not even going to shampoo it or anything because I washed it yesterday. And then, oh, I kind of vibe with this look. I really do love my bright colors, but sometimes it's so nice just to have a nice even base. I think I can see that the color shifted ever so slightly red, which is very interesting to me. I love a good rose gold moment, but it's a bit unexpected because there was no red in the mixture. It was pure orange and then black. However, seeing it so far, I can see it's already looking much nicer. It's looking more even. The ends are looking more even as well, although I can see a bit of shadowing over here, which was expected because we went over a darker base. But overall, it is looking good. And I have a bit of an interesting hairstyle that I want to try for this look, so let's get it, baby. And I'm going to be going in with nothing but Olaplex products. I feel like they haven't gotten a bit of attention on my channel in a while, and I still vibe with them so much. Starting with number 6, a really insane leave-in treatment. Now, I picked up a travel-sized version of the product. However, they come in a larger size, but I like to mix my treating products together prior to applying them on my hair. Number 9, and it's to be applied to towel-dried hair prior to styling it, if you're styling it or else leaving it to air dry. And the general rule is start from the ends, work your way up. Your ends typically need the products the most. It is the most porous part of the hair. Look, it looks a tiny bit red. I'm actually really confused because orange and green definitely do not make red. Final product that I like to apply on my damp hair is number 7, the bonding oil. Many people are very confused when applying oil to wet hair because oil and water don't mix. So I think it's a very weird concept to apply heat to oil because many people think they'd be frying the hair. But this baddie actually contains an intense heat protectant within it. It's one of the best heat protectants ever, and I think it's one of the most unknown things about the product. Do you remember this time last year where I had exactly the same hair color, but it was like a ton shorter because I shaved it 2 years prior? I was doing some weird things before. For hairstyles, I'm inspired by Poppy Hairstyles off Instagram, and she did this style recently, which I think looks really freaking cute. And she sent it to me, and she's like, do you want to try it? And I'm like, it's gonna look funny on my short hair, but heck yeah, I want to try it. So color theory. My hair is getting so long and I'm vibing with it. But more than that, I'm vibing with this color. There's only so far that theory will take you, and sometimes you really just need to practice whatever it is you're trying to figure out and see what happens. This is my experiment. We color corrected the green, the blue, and any blonde bits out of our hair and left us with an overall pretty nice, gentle, coppery color with a tinge of, believe it or not, purple. Aside from that, I'm assuming you noticed the shine and the overall thickness of this hair. I swear my hair just keeps getting thicker the more I dye it. Ooh, this is ooh. Like this, and then piled up high if my hair was a bit longer. But look at that. Oh, today's goal was literally just to color correct the banding and the patchiness and the unevenness from our hair, but we actually ended up with a very, very, very cute, actually desirable look. Do not give up, do not despair if you have an uneven base or a hair color that is less than desirable. More often than not, that color could very, very, very easily be shifted to something so cute. We do need to be patient, and if you're unfamiliar with color theory or understanding how it might work out, my best recommendation would still be to do a test strand. You don't need to cut the hair from your head, you just need to do it in an area where you don't mind if something bad happens. The Hummingbird did tremendously. I still have yet to wash it, but this thing was a godsend. As you could see, the entire color is extremely even. There is no patchiness, there's no leftover green, which is always kind of the biggest issue. Like, it blended super, super sweetly, and even though I didn't really apply it anywhere else on my hair, still looks pretty cute. So there you have it, how to color correct like a pro. Other products that I used are going to be linked down in the description box, many of which have their own coupon code you can use for a bit of a discount. Also going to be tagging Poppy, who was the inspiration behind this look, something I haven't done in a long time. Seeing as we've already tackled hair dyeing at the beginning of this video, I think it's high time to do the second best thing if you have an unappealing hair color. You throw on some wigs. These are actually the human hair wigs for the Stella summer campaign. Launching now, tonight, they're live. I definitely wanted to curate some wigs for the summertime. I think it's very, very fun when you have kind of a select hair for the new season. And so I wanted to create 3 brand new colors and a brand new style for you guys to wear and for me to wear, especially when there's bad hair days. So one thing that I wanted to bring forth that I've never done before in my wigs is the Sabrina Carpenter bangs. Really stunning Stella curtain bangs that bring these wigs to the most beautiful, trendy looking cut ever. And if you struggle with making them look natural because of the hairline, this thing solves everything. I'm gonna try them on all right now, and we're going to see which one we prefer, and then we're gonna put them on all my friends because I really want to see, or rather show you, how stunning all of these wigs do look on different skin tones, in sunlight, on different people, and all of them together. This is Seafoam Blue in the 12-inch length, and the Sabrina Carpenter curtain bang. She's definitely my favorite one just because it is so reminiscent of the emerald, but it is way more denim-y, way more light washed, and I think it's overall a much more summery look. A fave of mine, especially with this styling. But now I want to see the other one. This one would look so good with one of those Prada headbands, you know?
Yeah. Do you know?
I do not. This is then Byzantium Purple in 22 inches, once again with the cutest bangs. Again, this is an absolute favorite of mine for the summertime just because the sun would hit it and it would glow and light up, and you can see the true color of the wig. For our final color, this one also, so it'll be easier. Oh, even this one. Oh my god. This is the final wig, and definitely the most natural of the three of them. It is such a warm colored brown, but you can see I didn't glue down any single one of the wigs because the bangs just make it look so ridiculously not only trendy and modern, but extremely realistic. All of these are available today on stellarihair.com. They are extremely limited, so if you want to get your hands on one of these incredible wigs in any one of the lengths, you can go and check them out right now. But now it is time to see them outside in the sun on two people you've already met who are going to absolutely look stunning.
No, but you're...
You guys look amazing.
Thank you.
You look like princesses. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you give it a go, and I will see you in my next video.